Hi guys, so my skin has been breaking out really badly the last few weeks, so I thought I would put it to good use by showing you guys how I cover my blemishes using all drugstore products and also while I have my fair complexion. So I start with an anti-redness base. This one's from Catrice. I'll have all the products listed down below in the info bar, but this is just going to prime the skin for our foundation and also counteract some of the redness we may have. Then I take the Catrice All Round Concealer palette and I go in with the green concealer and I apply this directly to any blemishes I may have. I find personally that I get very highly pigmented blemishes and they're very hard to conceal. Even with the best foundation or concealer, they're just very hard to cover because the redness shows through the foundation, especially when you're very pale complexion like me. So I find counteracting it with a green concealer first helps tons, and then I just pat that in using my finger and I use patting motions rather than rubbing motions so that I don't disturb the concealer too much and just blend it in. Then I take the pink shade from the same concealer palette and I just apply that underneath my eyes just to counteract the dark circles that I may have. Then I take my Revlon Colour Stay foundation. I'm in the shade Ivory and I take a damp Real Techniques complexion sponge and I bounce that into the skin. I like to go in with a damp sponge first because I find that this foundation can be a little bit cakey for some people and quite heavy on the skin, and it's very full coverage. So I find applying a nice layer with a damp sponge first works well for me, and it gives me pretty good coverage with the sponge alone. But if I need more, I go in with the F20 brush from Blank Canvas Cosmetics and I take a little bit from the back of my hand and I basically build that up in the areas where I need more coverage. So anywhere I'd have the blemishes or anything like that. This foundation is very good, and if you have really nice skin, this foundation would literally make you look flawless and photoshopped. But I like to go in with the sponge first in case we apply too much, and then I build up the foundation wherever I need it with the brush, and it works well that way. Then I take the middle skin tone concealer and I apply this to any blemishes that need a little bit extra coverage. So you know those ones that are like little demons on your face that want to be seen by the whole wide world? Yes, I take this concealer and apply a little bit more to them, and then I'm highlighting with the Nyx HD Concealer and just bouncing that in with my sponge. Then I take a small fluffy brush and I set the concealer that I applied to my blemishes using a mattifying powder. I like to use a smaller brush first because I can apply it more directly to the concealer and it just doesn't disturb the concealer as much as a big brush would. And then I go in with a bigger brush and set the rest of my face lightly with that powder, but I try and avoid the areas that I have concealed because I don't want to move that concealer too much. And that is basically it. That's how I would cover all my blemishes. The foundation by Revlon is literally, it's just a godsend, and the Catrice concealer palette is used daily by me now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe down below, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!